All right, good day. This tutorial is to help us double check on the questions that we set on the Moodle platform. Ideally, you would have to go through the questions that you're giving to students because uh, from our experience and from the complaints that we've had from some students, it appears that lecturers, some lecturers do not really go over the questions because sometimes the questions do not appear. But then you could have instances where there are answers and there are no questions. And so we want to take this opportunity to show all of us collectively how we can be able to edit probably these questions, preview them, and also know whether we supply the correct answers to the questions. Right. So our task here is to check every question to see that the questions appeared, the options also appear, and also verify to see whether the the options that we supplied contains the correct option. And you, the lecturer, should also know the correct options, right? And so I assume that this is the trial exam here is what I have set up for students to take as their MCQ part of the end of semester examinations. And so I click here. I should know that ideally students are not supposed to, per policy, they are not supposed to be seeing certain aspects of the quiz. And so if you want to preview it, you might have to go into the settings and enable probably viewing the correct options after the quiz and all that, right? So the students are not supposed to see the correct answers after the quiz. If they are not also supposed to see their marks to outside the quiz, we've gone through the training on that. And then I'll take this opportunity to refresh ourselves on that. And so when I clicked on the quiz in question or the exam in question, it brought me here. So what I do is that I scroll all the way down, then I get to administration. Under administration, I see quiz administration over here. Then edit settings, group overrides, user overrides, and quiz, edit quiz preview. Right? Our task is to preview the questions that you've given to the students. However, we cannot preview it and get the results that we want when we haven't done adjustments to the settings, right? And so we need to go into the settings, right? We clicked on settings under administration, just like I did. Let me go back. So under administration, you see quiz administration, then edit settings. Beautiful. And so when I come in here, I go all the way down to review options. Now, this is how it's supposed to be. If you do not want the students to see their marks immediately after the quiz, you can uncheck this. But I believe that we all have to be on the same standard so that lecturer A doesn't allow students to see their quiz, whilst lecturer B decides to allow them to see their results. So if we're able to do that, we avoid a lot of chaos from the students. And so ideally, what happens is that I want to review it. And so I make sure that I check the attempt and immediately after the attempt, right? Once I do that, I have the options enabled, right? So I click on right answer here to let me know that once I click there, it allows me to see or let me know that, okay, these are the correct answers outside what I have clicked. So let's note this. I've made changes to only this option, the right answer. so that we'll be able to use it to preview the quiz. Once I'm done, I click on save and return, so I can go back to the quiz in question trial. Then I go all the way down to administration, then look out for preview. Preview is there. Then I go to start attempts. Good. So the attempt starts. So what I do is that I type in, I try to answer the questions like the students would. So quickly, I'll just go over it. Further is again. Which of the following cities? So I want to do this quickly. So these should be your questions, and you should also make sure that the options are there. Right. Very good. So let's say there's a legitimate question. I put in a correct answer. Then I go. So you could see this is one of the issues I was talking about. The choice was made after the attempt was started. This is because sometimes when you put in the quiz, it doesn't really pick it up. And so when you see something like this under the preview, all you need to do is, you see the question number is here, and you go to edit question. I click on edit question. Then it gives me a beautiful interface like this, which has the question name, question text. Then you realize that there are no options in this case. And so once you get to this point and you have issues with them, you might have to seek a bit of help. But then this video could also help you to some extent, right? So because these ones do not have any answers, you see answers, and the answers, there should be a set of answers, but there are no answers. So I click on blanks for 3 more choices, right? Good. So and the answers, now I have 3 more choices. So let's say my option 1, I want to put in, let's say, Marseille. And once Marseille is the correct answer, under grade, I should select 100%. Good. Accra could be the second option. Because Accra is not the answer, I can leave it blank, none. Then let's say go for Lydia would be another option, I can leave it blank. Once I'm done, I save changes down here. Click on save changes. You might not see the effect right now, but then it will take effect later. And so I move on to the next question. Then I try to answer them. So this is a different set of questions, right? So once I'm done, I click on finish attempt. Good. Then scroll all the way down, submit all, finish attempt. Good. Now because we selected, before we came here, we went to the settings and checked the correct answer option. You see that under the preview, we had 4.50 over 8. Right, that's what we had. That's the marks that we had, and because it was marked over 30, that's 16.88 over 30. Right. So question 1, I chose Accra, and it tells me that Accra is correct, so I don't have 1 there. Option 2, I chose true, tells me the correct is true. Bamako is correct for question 3. Question 4, I said true, and the answer is true. Kofi is a boy who stays at, and this is the correct answer, Makum. So our option still had not taken effect yet. However, you realize that the answer that we gave it is there, right? So you must say, but the next time you do a review, you should have picked, right? Excellent. And so the last question is in Ghana exploring sites. Obuasi and Accra. I chose Obuasi and Accra, right? And so these are, or this is how you do and you review the options, right? But once you are done reviewing your options or reviewing your quiz, click on finish review, right? Then at least at this point, you know that you've supplied in the correct answers. If you have not, that means that you still have to go into your question bank and make changes to the quiz. I'll show you quickly on that. But then before you go there, you need to revert that option, right? So go to edit quiz, then under edit quiz, you go under review options and check right answer, right? Then you click save and return to, or you could probably click save and display, right? Now, assuming you want to, you have a set of questions that you want to change, right? You scroll all the way down back to the administration and back to quiz administration and administration. Then once you are there, you look out for edit quiz, right? This will allow you to preview the individual questions that will be done by the students, right? The question that you selected. However, if you still want to go into the bank to make changes, you can still do it, right? So let me go to edit quiz, right? These set of questions are random questions, and so it's a bit different from the number of questions that we have. But in that case, if you want to edit it, you just go look out for the preview question option, which looks like a microscope at the right side of the question. You click on it, and the question will come up for you to see whether everything is there. At this point, you might not be able to edit it whilst you preview it. And so there's another way where you can just edit all the questions you put in. You just have to go to the question bank, then look out for questions. In that case, you have all the questions here to either edit or preview. The edit button looks like a rotary. So if you look at the question, right, look at the question, then you just click on the rotary or make changes. If you realize that the correct answer should be Accra instead of Bamako, you just change the none to 100%. They change the wrong answer to none. Basically, then once you are done, you save to take you there, right? So let's take a look at this, previewing the questions to make sure that every question appears. If the question doesn't appear, you take note of it and go back into your question bank to edit that particular quiz. Then you also make sure that the correct answers are also there for students to score out of, right? And so basically, that's the end of this particular training. We're bringing you more of this with time. So thank you very much for your time.